It's a fresh new week. Why don't we start it off by introducing you to a fresh new face at Peninsula Orthopaedic Associates. This is Dr. Scott Gellman, and he's here to take care of your knees and hips. Now, not only is he excited to be joining a great practice, he's excited for his family to have made a move they consider coming home.
Dr. Gelman's interest in orthopedics began when he was a teenager. Delmarva Life's Katie Zerilli introduces us to him.
Thanksgiving or Christmas?
Thanksgiving.
And Scott Gellman's got a lot to be thankful for this year. Just last month, he jumped on board as an orthopedic surgeon at Peninsula Orthopaedic Associates. A huge win for him and the rest of his household.
It was a situation where from my career, I didn't think I could turn it down. And for my wife, it was a happy place where she was happy to come along, bring our 3 kids along to be close to family.
Scott's wife is originally from Salisbury. He's from upstate New York. They met in college in Westminster. Scott's schooling and career took him to Baltimore, Pennsylvania, Ohio, back to Western Maryland, and now here to the Eastern Shore. He specializes in knee and hip replacements, which he says are somewhat similar.
What we're doing is essentially resurfacing the joint. So when we resurface the joint, we're just shaving off a few millimeters, and we replace that with metal and plastic. In the hip, it's a similar process. Surgery is only about an hour, but it's essentially a resurfacing of the joints to get better surfaces that are not going to rub together and cause pain.
What's your favorite sport?
Soccer.
In fact, soccer is how it all got going.
I broke my leg playing soccer in high school. And seeing it from the patient side and seeing how that surgeon took care of me and made me feel is what really got me interested in orthopedics.
It wasn't necessarily about the surgeon's knowledge, but his nurturing.
He made me feel like I was the only one that he was treating that day.
He's been hooked ever since.
The best feeling in the world for a surgeon is seeing our patients do well.
He says the knee and hip are the most common joints for people to wear out.
The knee, for example, takes on about 10 times your body weight when you're going down the stairs.
He adds that different circumstances can lead to joint replacement. A lot of the time, it's pain.
The number one question I get asked is, why did this happen to me? And a lot of times that's just, we don't know. Okay, so it can be family history, it can be you had a hard job, you're a construction worker, it can be from a previous injury, whether you realize that connection or not. It can be from previous surgery. So many different reasons.
Despite their diverse reasons for coming in, Scott says he hopes all patients will leave feeling the same.
When we have a patient come in, when I'm thinking about if I can help with surgery, I'm thinking, what would I do if my mom or dad were here? It made me feel really good about joining POA because my wife's family has had multiple surgeries with POA and they've had a great experience.
And that treatment varies too.
When you do a hip replacement, sometimes you can do a hip replacement from the front where you don't have to cut through muscles. This is called an anterior hip replacement. When we do knee replacements, a lot of times patients recover faster if we do a partial knee replacement. So if a patient is a candidate for that, that's something we do, and we do it here at the surgery center typically because patients can go home the same day. Because she had good space out here, but no space over here, we replaced just this half of the knee.
He performs revision surgeries as well. Scott says here at the surgery center, the process is streamlined and simple.
It's a very easy in and out process, a very individualized process where you have the same nurse throughout your stay. They're going to be the ones getting you ready for surgery. They're going to be the ones getting you home for after surgery. Everyone is specialized in orthopedics, and it's a very one-on-one individualized process.
Even though surgery is his specialty, it's more of a last resort.
I really try and avoid scheduling surgery the first time I meet someone. We have to make sure that we've tried everything before surgery.
On the topic of trying everything. Okay, so what is something I need to know about New York State? Like, I've never lived there. What's the best part?
Everyone in New York thinks that they have the best pizza and the best bagels.
Really?
And that's because they generally do.
Do you like the bottom half of the bagel or the top half better?
Whatever, usually everything bagel person, so wherever the most everything toppings are, so probably the top.
That would definitely be the top. And like cream cheese or butter?
Cream cheese.
Really, lots of it?
Not as much as they put on at the bagel store.
Do you burn your bagels when you toast them?
Try not to, but definitely toasted bagel.
A bagel buff and a skilled surgeon. Dr. Gelman's got it going on.